on the next Rick and Morty.
Jerry, come on. We gotta go. You gotta come with me, Jerry.
Rick?
It's important, Jerry. The fate of the galaxy rests on your shoulders. Let's go. Put some pants on. Never mind. There's no time for pants, Jerry. I'll make you a pair of pants on the way. It's a Rick and Jerry adventure. Rick and Jerry episode.
Rick and Morty, Sunday at 11:30.
My son asked you to take me on some kind of pity adventure?
What did you think it was?
An execution.
Jeez, you really do need a win.
Only on Adult Swim.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. New Rick and Morty. Let's break it down. And there's a new round of the merch giveaway. And if you're wondering, I usually name giveaway winners at the end of videos. Sometimes I get questions about that. But as you can see, Rick and Jerry Adventure, if this promo feels familiar, it's because it's a mirror of this scene here.
Morty, you gotta, come on. You gotta come with
What,
me.
Rick? What's going on?
I got a surprise for you,
It's the middle of
Morty.
the night. What are you talking about?
Come on, I got a surprise for you. Come on, hurry up. Gotta go.
Ow,
Gotta go.
ow,
Gotta get out
ow,
of here.
you're tugging
Come
me
on,
too
I got a
hard.
surprise for you, Morty.
Going all the way back to the beginning with a few less burps and a few less spittle dripping off of Rick's mouth. They've toned that down just a little bit from that very first episode, but I would recommend you go back and watch that every once in a while because it's funny to see how the show has changed over time, just the way they animate it and the way the characters act. But the episode is called Whirly Durly Conspiracy, so we actually know this is probably the footage from the trailer that we've seen with the two of them on the giant roller coaster. So it wouldn't be Rick and Morty without some sort of conspiracy theory aspect to the show, but it looks like a giant Blitz and Chips type episode where Rick is like, okay, let's go have some fun while we inadvertently save the galaxy. Like, that's Rick's pitch to Jerry, but he probably doesn't care about saving the galaxy at all. Like, he seemed really concerned about those bugs at the beginning of last week's episode. If these get into the food chain, then you can kiss the human race goodbye. You might want to freeze some sperm, Morty. So he sort of vacillates between Blitz and Chips type moments where he just wants to go have fun for an episode, and then very brief, genuine moments of concern. Like, he's actually concerned in this moment here, but in this first episode, like this scene that this is a mirror of, he just wanted to go get these giant seeds, and he got way too drunk to do it himself. And then just through the course of events, it turns into a big crazy adventure. So it sounds like that's what this episode is going to be like, even though it has the runner of the divorce. I was surprised that last week's episode, the Vindicators episode, didn't have too much divorce stuff in there. It almost felt like more of a standalone episode, but they did say that there would be some of those this season. It's not going to be all completely serialized, but there's actually a bunch more trailer moments that we've seen from this coming episode just based on the description here. So it reads, Rick takes Jerry on an adventure at Morty's insistence. Like he says, I love that twist. This is a pity adventure, isn't it? Morty told you to take me on an adventure. Then it says, Beth fails as a mother and Summer has body issues. So that's probably what these scenes are from the trailer. Literal body issues, and that she becomes super huge because Beth fails as a mother. And we might get this Gene scene too, because this looks like it's happening right in front of their house. Mind your own goddamn business, Gene.
Everything okay here?
Mind your own goddamn business, Gene!
So I'm actually really optimistic about this episode. I mean, a Jerry episode doesn't sound great. It's almost like Family Guy doing a Meg episode. Like, they challenge you not to watch it. That was one of my favorite twists. Looks like it's going to be a Meg episode. I dare you to change the channel. Here's the clicker. The good thing about episodes like this, though, like the ones that aren't a straight-up parody of some other franchise, is that they tend to be a little bit better. The episodes that are just about family stuff, they're just set in the Rick and Morty universe. I mean, I really love it when they parody the other stuff that I watch, but maybe you guys will agree that the stories just tend to be a little more meaningful and a little bit stronger when they're just about Rick and Morty stuff. There was a quote from Justin Roiland, I think it was on one of the Season 1 or Season 2 DVD commentaries, where he talked about how he jokingly parodies other franchises, and usually by his own admission, they tend to just borrow big twists. Like, they don't openly try to parody too many other franchises. I think last week was an exception, because it was a genuine parody of a couple really big franchises, including Saw, like all the Marvel and the DC movies. But let me know what you guys think of the season so far, and what do you think of the way they've been using this divorce as their big runner? I mean, it's funny to think about what's going on with Jerry, but usually he's used for Meg-type twists, like, shut up, Meg, shut up, Jerry.
What the hell? I know, right? Oh, what the hell? I know, right?
They typically use him as a punchline, so it'll be interesting to see how the episode works when he becomes more of a main character, and the other characters who are usually the main characters become the background characters. I've seen a lot of people 50-50 on the way they've done that with everybody this season. Like Summer and Beth, typically supporting characters are more main characters this season. Some people like that, some people hate that. I've even seen the creators sort of arguing with people on Twitter. Like some people really don't like it, so they'll start going after Dan Harmon and the other writers. But I think it's just natural for a show in its third season to start focusing on characters that it hasn't focused on in the past before. You'll still have your Morty, Rick-centric episodes. They're still the bedrock of the TV show. But I think in the way that shows like The Simpsons have made it to like 20-plus seasons, they have to rely on some of their other characters in order to just build the universe out more. Like you see Terminator Summer here with regular Summer on this galactic government ship with the Gromphamites. I'm interested to see what they're doing with the government now because they had that big twist in the first episode where Rick blew them up, but I think that was mostly to resolve that running plot line. Like they're still after his teleportation technology, but I think it was more to just allow them to start doing family-centric episodes and not have to worry about them every week. And that was really what happened at the end of season 2. So they needed a compelling reason for the galactic government to leave Earth, and that was Rick blowing them up. So it's like, okay, that's why they're not around every single episode, because Rick blew them up. But yes, I do believe that Phoenix Person will come back. But part of what I love about the show is that they're so ridiculous with their mythology like that. Like, maybe we won't bring this back. Maybe this was just intended to be a one-off, really funny thing, and we're not going to reference it again. But I feel like Bird Person was such a big character, turning him into Phoenix Person and then never bringing him back would be way too big of a slap in the face. But I'm not expecting him anytime soon. And when they do bring him back, it'll probably be for a bigger episode. So like the next time the government shows up is probably when we'll hear about that. But leave all your requests for bonus videos in the comments. Some of you have started asking for Rick and Morty theory videos, so because we've gotten a couple episodes, there's a bunch of new material. I'll probably start doing those soon, especially when Game of Thrones finishes its run and I'm not focusing on it quite as much. But just a reminder that Marvel Defenders is dropping on Friday. I'll be doing episode videos for that. I'll do a non-spoilery review tomorrow. I have another Defenders trailer video that I'll post next after this, though. So a whole bunch of Marvel stuff is happening this weekend before Game of Thrones and Rick and Morty comes back. But be sure to subscribe to get everything. All you have to do to enter the merch giveaway is just be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. They're for Zen Monkey Studios. Congratulations to last week's giveaway winner, TLN. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. You can click here for all my Pickle Rick Easter eggs, and you can click here for the trailer for next week's Game of Thrones. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.